Hello again, it's the English poet Joey John Maguire. I'm in a different pub today. I'm actually in Wetherspoon's pub, the Edward Rain, um, which is in Rains Park, I believe, which is south of Wimbledon. That's South London, United Kingdom. I'm about to recite my latest poem that I wrote in the early hours of this morning, and it's called When to Trust a Smile. I was born in the years of austerity, post-World War II, with little to excite, school meals keeping me alive and free from rickets. War's toll had been heavy, was easily recognized, written indelibly in the eyes of touched sufferers. A mass portrait of blank stares, a generation lost to despair. It was a world of allotments and pigeon duckets, where many went to bury their heads amongst the leeks and tatties, beat the earth below their feet in a desperate effort to forget, without success. I have watched my country claw its way back from the grip of bankruptcy, observed the sacrifice of millions, betrayed in pursuit of this goal. I stood firm with others through this slaughter, when time and time over saw us face adversity, only to find myself today as confused as ever I was as to what the future holds. I am an ex-paratrooper, not by choice nor planned, times being austere, choice a luxury for others, not people such as us. And I just missed the war, a horror lost on my ignorance and youthful naivety. I knew little of death and what would be asked of me. I had indulged in too much Pathé news, believed the propaganda about British fairness, our vision and the Empire, but now I see the gap that separates rich and poor, and it's only ever been growing. I see the privileged, I see the undeserving reaping the spoils from another's sweat and labour, with no reverence to their sacrifice and death, and this their hour of greed, they being the authors of self-preservation, all too willing to turn their heads from reality as their pleasure boat steams out of control towards the unseen iceberg, faces to the bar, with few guarding their rear. How wrong it is that we haven't learnt the lessons written in our history. The painful look of austerity has been mortgaged by yuppie arrogance and the like, for our children's children to pay, and we're all dancing to a melody without lyrics, but we dance anyway, intoxicated in the fountain of greed, unaware of the unknown, unseen danger that lurks out of sight, our Armageddon, our drunken eyes unsighted, blind to the shadows and what they conceal. I walk proudly through the multicultural, multiracial, multinational streets of London. A mere mortal, I beam with pride at this refuge for the dispossessed, this sanctuary for the vulnerable and homeless, this capital of human investment, this haven for all. But sometimes there is a nagging doubt, where I am constantly nudged by the media. I can't help but wonder whether or not the waifs and strays will bite the hand that feeds. Are they really eyeing up the jewels in the cupboard, about to steal them, and the ground beneath my feet, allotments included, grand theft, Great Britain, paranoia I'm sure, but is it all part of the master plan, hatched quietly in the shadows, waiting for the hangover of celebration before the strike? I lean towards pacifism, but I shudder as others seek to disarm, forgetting that Polaris is a deterrent for any budding Hitler or terrorist to consider. This is my home, and it shall not be robbed by those with ill intent, nor shall its jewels be stolen in the name of God. The world is full of complexities, where rights and wrongs are easily fudged by the foggy pursuit of greed, and I'm just wondering, knowingly rambling, if things weren't better then, when bankruptcy held a gun to our heads, forcing us to look backwards, habitually searching the shadows within for danger, those austere days when our instincts taught us well when to trust a smile.